Mm. I got the power. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to News and Reviews with your boy, Hindi the Go, aka hashtag Nobody Cares. It's the movement. I do not own the rights to this music, but it's gangster though. It's the fam. R.I.P. You already know. I got the power. Coming to you today, May 2nd, bringing you the news and the reviews. It might be a review today, some music. Local. Local being Rochester, New York. Gotta let it rock. Today's episode is sponsored by D Corp Industries, Hindy's Tees and Prints, hashtag Nobody Cares. It's the movement. All right. So let's bring you guys today's news headlines. Here is one. Father hit by box truck, infant thrown from his arms. What happened there? Hit by a box truck with his kid? These people ain't playing out here on the road. Nah. All right. Father hit by box truck, infant thrown from his arms. All right. Rochester police say a 1-month-old baby girl is in critical condition after her father was hit by a box truck. Police were responding to multiple calls of a possible baby abduction just before noon today. Investigators say the girl's father became involved in an argument outside the House of Mercy on Ormond Street. Police say he began running with the baby when he was struck by the truck on Joseph Avenue and Ward Street, causing the infant to be thrown from his arms. The man picked up the baby and continued running before dropping the baby on the ground and continuing to run without her. What? Is this for real? Oh my god, this guy's got to be the craziest guy parent I ever. Well, I can't say that because there's been situations where parents put their kids, bury them in concrete in their garage and stuff like that. That kind of stuff happens, man. It's a scary world out there, man. When it comes to stuff like that, man. RPD took the man into custody, obviously, near the brewery on St. Paul Street. EMS began treating the baby before transporting her to Strong Memorial Hospital with life-threatening injuries. 1-month-old baby, y'all. 1 month old. She's too new to this world. Anyone with additional information is asked to call 911. All right, so we'll keep up on this one here. Was on news. We'll keep up a follow up on what's going on with the baby. Prayers for her. Prayers for the family. 1 month old baby. She don't deserve it. She should be able to develop properly. But hey, you never know. It's all a part of her story. Is that's a part of God's plan. You can't stop God's plan, whatever it is. You know, as bad as you want to. Okay. All right, let's get back to it. There's another story here. Yeah, I lost it. Lost it, guys. Don't worry. Getting back. All right. So, oh, the Glorilla. Let's see what happened to Street Armory. The Armory, Main Street Armory. All right. So, police, confetti poppers, jam of opposing traffic contributed to deadly Armory crowd surge. So, that's what happened. Those three girls died over a confetti popper, and people traffic jam going in all different directions because of the sound of a confetti popper. All right, let's see what the story says here. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. All right. A newly released investigative action report from Rochester Police Department includes new details about what happened the night 3 people were killed and 7 others were injured during a crowd surge at the Main Street Armory. Police said about 20 minutes before the end of the Glorilla concert, March 5th, some 200 people claiming to have VIP tickets tried to get into the venue, pushing past security into the foyer. Oh, that's where that comes in. As the concert let out, police said there was a traffic jam between those who just entered and the thousands trying to leave. Police said that, along with confetti poppers that some attendees thought were gunshots, likely contributed to the crowd surge. The new details come one day after the Rochester Police Department and the Monroe County District's Attorney Office announced there would be no criminal charges filed in the case. Civil charges are possible. That's what happened. Traffic jam and a confetti popper. What are you gonna do? Again, you see, you're liable. You take the chance. You redeem that ticket. Do you putting it in your own hands? You putting the outcome in your own hands. You see that they said 200 people tried to come in claiming it was VIP upon another, however, X many people that was already in there. So once you start seeing it be like that, no matter how good it seems, if you know it's going to be an issue, it's uncomfortable, you got to get out of there. You got to make sure that you got enough space that you good that you can get your exit on without having to uh, get yourself in a predicament to be knocked down or anything like that. You got to be careful. Just be aware of your surroundings. It's a big one. All right. Oh, smash and grab. Let's see this one. On this week's Crime Stopper segment, Good Day Rochester is joined by Lieutenant Greg Bello of the Rochester Police Department to discuss the recent wave of smash and grab robberies in the city and what RPD is doing to mitigate this issue. Police are asking for the public's help in identifying suspects in four different smash and grab robberies that have recently taken place in the city. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers or 911. That was a pretty short one. They're just talking about people right now doing smash and grabs. I never thought about that. Not to say that it's a good thing or anything like that, but that's just not something that I would think to do. We all have past. We all have stuff going on. All right, let's see some national news here. Oh, here's one. Suspect accused of gunning down five in Texas taken into custody, officials say. Okay, this guy killed five of his neighbors in Texas. Let's read the story. Let's see what's going on with this guy here. Francisco Oropesa, the man accused of gunning down five people in an execution style mass shooting in Cleveland, Texas, has been taken into custody after a multi day manhunt, officials said. Oropesa was taken into custody in Montgomery County, where he was found without incident at about 7 p.m. local time Tuesday. That's today. The sheriff's office said in a statement. Oropesa was apprehended by the U.S. Marshals, Texas Department of Public Safety, and the U.S. Border Patrol. The FBI is expected to give a press conference at 10 p.m. Eastern. The massacre unfolded Friday night after neighbors asked Oropesa, 38, to stop shooting his AR 15 in his yard because the newborn was trying to sleep, authorities said. Wow. Oropesa then allegedly stormed the neighbor's home, killing five of the 10 people inside, including a young boy, authorities said. Two of the women killed were found in a bedroom lying on top of two surviving children, authorities said. Dang, my man was going in. He was, it had to be something bigger than just stop shooting because the baby's trying to sleep. Motivated to kill like that, unless he was just tired. Sometimes people get tired and they just let that tiredness go over them. A very sad situation for everybody involved. Well, at least now the community's safe over there, so to speak. All right, let's give you a couple more stories here. Oh, here's one. Mother charged after 1 year old child falls out of moving car. Let's see that one. You gotta put your kids in the right chair, man. Come on now. I know sometimes you're just running out to the store and you think it's all good, the baby getting big. No, put the baby in the car seat, man. Put him in the seat. Make sure the seat is buckled right, even if you're just driving up the street. Make sure they in there, man. So yeah, that's one, but I gotta let me go back because it don't have the story. It just has the video, and I want to read it. Here's one. Suspect arrested after night park shooting. One man was hospitalized and another arrested after a shooting in the city of Rochester Tuesday. An officer was flagged down around 9 a.m. on North Clinton Avenue by a man who said he'd been shot on Nye Park. The victim, a 23-year-old Canandaigua resident, was hospitalized with what police said were non-life threatening injuries. Investigators determined the man was shot during a dispute about drugs. Police said they found the suspect on St. Paul Street a short time after the shooting. Robert Rogers, 40, was arrested with a handgun in his possession. He was charged with robbery, assault, criminal possession of a weapon, and grand larceny. According to police, Rogers was unable to legally own a handgun after his 2006 conviction for a criminal sex act, criminal possession of a weapon, and attempted promotion of prison contraband. So pretty much he already did a bad, and they're saying he shouldn't have a gun, and they caught him with the hammer on him. Come on, you know you just popped this dude. You know you gotta get rid of that thing, man. Come on now. Not get rid of it, but at least stash it. And you ain't smoke them all the way. Come on, man. What y'all doing out here? You guys are crazy. Oh, let's see this one. Former Rochester pizza shop owner imprisoned for ISIS recruiting, now accused of attempted murder. Mufid El-Ghi, the former Rochester pizza shop owner imprisoned for recruiting for ISIS, is now accused of attempted murder at a federal prison in Kentucky. El-Ghi, 39, was indicted last week in Kentucky on a federal charge of attempted murder. The indictment provides no more information except identifying the victim by the initials of AJW. The alleged murder attempt happened in January at the McCurry Federal Prison in Kentucky, a high security prison where Alfie was then housed. He is now imprisoned at a federal prison in Pennsylvania, according to Federal Bureau of Prisons records. Elke pleaded guilty in 2015 federal court in Rochester to recruiting for the Islamic State terrorist organization, or ISIS. He agreed to a sentence of 22 and a half years. His scheduled release date was 2034. Elke was one of the first in the United States to be found guilty of ISIS recruitment. One of the first, right here in Rochester, New York. That's crazy. A naturalized citizen from Yemen, Alfgi admitted that he worked with two local would-be recruits to travel to Syria and join ISIS as it fought to establish a caliphate in the Middle East. He also shipped money to a Yemeni recruit who ultimately did not travel to Syria. The owner of a Rochester pizza shop on North Clinton Avenue, Alki, came to the attention of the FBI in late 2013. Two FBI informants met with Alki about traveling to Syria and buying handguns. Rochester's Joint Terrorism Task Force, a combination of FBI agents and local police, arrested Elfke in May of 2014 in the Hudson Avenue Walmart parking lot as he met an informant to pick up the guns. Elfke allegedly wanted to use the guns to kill returning American troops, but he did not admit to those plans in his plea. How are they gonna throw that in at the end? He was gonna use the gun to kill returning troops. How do they know that's what he was gonna use the guns for? How do they know that he wasn't gonna use the guns to sell them to get more money to fund the cost? You don't think he already got guns? Already had guns? Of course he already had guns. If he's in ISIS network, they got access. They make their own bombs. They make their own guns and their own bombs. So how you know he wasn't gonna take the guns, flip it, sell it, bounce it, get the money, send it back. I mean, either way around it, it's still funding their Islamic State, their cause, you know? So, I don't know. They just got different views on extremists. They're just really strong on what they believe in. I mean, as an American, I'm an American extremist. I believe in my right as a human being. I'm a human being extremist, you know? So, it's all about the way you view things. That's the one thing I can say on that topic. You know, what about the Crusades? They were Christian extremists. You see what I'm saying? It's like that. Oh, let's read this one here. This will be one of the last ones here. It says on the national level here. It's happened in Memphis, Tennessee. Shout out to Tennessee. Rocky Top. Rocky Top, Tennessee. I went to Tennessee. I had a very good time. Tennessee is a very lovely state. Very lovely state. I suggest if you do go there, you might want to check in at the Westgate or Riverside Convention Center. Westgate Riverside Convention Center is right in the heart of Gatlinburg. Definitely good location. Right next to the Ripley's Aquarium. It's right next to a bunch of food places, wine tasting, everything tasting, and it's a very good time. You'll have a great time there. Definitely, definitely. Anyways, this is about Tyree Nichols. For those of you guys don't know, he was, I believe he was killed, shot and killed by the police. But here's the outcome on that. No criminal charges will be filed for former Memphis police officer Preston Hemphill and Tyree Nichols stop, which we already knew I was going to end up probably saying. No criminal charges will be filed for former cop. Of course not. All right, let's read it here. No criminal charges will be filed against one of the Memphis police officers who was fired for his involvement in the fatal traffic stop that led to Tyree Nichols' death, the Shelby County District Attorney announced. On January 7th, 29-year-old Nichols, a black man, was repeatedly punched and kicked by Memphis police officers following a traffic stop and a brief foot chase. Oh, I remember this one. He was coming from the cop's girl's house, and the cop caught him, and they jumped him and beat him to death. That's what happened here. Former white Memphis police officer Preston Hemphill was part of the initial traffic stop of Nichols. He was fired and charged departmentally, not criminally, over policy violations related to personal conduct, truthfulness, in compliance with regulations governing a stun gun, uniform, inventory, and recovered property processing, according to Memphis Police Department. Shit. By no means we endorse the conduct of Hemp Hill at the stop involving Tyree Nichols, Shelby County District Attorney Steve Mulroy said in a news release. In this case, Hemp Hill did not pursue Tyree Nichols and never left the initial scene. Uh, Hemp Hill was not involved in the second encounter where Nichols was brutally beaten by police, according to Mulroy, and has been added to the department's Giglio list. A Giglio list is curated by the prosecutor's office or police department with the names and details of law enforcement officers who have had sustained incidents of untruthfulness, criminal convictions, candor issues, or some other type of issue placing their credibility into question, according to the International Association of Chiefs of Police. Ah, Giglio list. So, how many officers do we deal with on a daily basis that's on the Giglio list for having sustained incidents of untruthfulness, sometimes even criminal conviction, candor issues? Come on, man. Do your job right, man. Come on. During the initial traffic stop, Hemp Hill fired a stun gun at the driver and, after Nichols ran, said one of them prongs hit the bastard. Body cam footage released by the city shows. Twice to another officer, he says, I hope they stomp his ass. Why you hope they stomp him? Why do you hope they stomp him? Because he got up and ran? Because y'all was beating him and killing him? Now you really want them to kill him. It's crazy. While on top of Nichols, Hemphill used the assaultive statement, get on the fucking ground. Finna tase your ass. According to the police decertification letter Memphis police sent to Tennessee's Peace Officer Standards and Training Commission and obtained by CNN on February 9th. Hemphill was never present at the second scene, Hemphill's defense attorney Lee Gerald said January 30th, adding his client activated his body cam as required and is cooperating with officials in this investigation. The footage does not show Hemphill at the second site, where the DA has said Nichols was beaten and suffered his serious injuries. In his statement on a forum about the incident, Hemphill said Nichols attempted to grab his partner's duty weapon. The statement was part of the decertification letter. There is no video footage to corroborate that statement, the letter said. Adding Hemphill then provided a conflicting statement to investigators, telling them he did not see the subject grab your partner's gun. It's just craziness, man. This is something that we live with every single day. You know what I mean? Every day this is happening. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's how it goes. That's today's headlines around the nation and local. You know, I want to leave you guys with a good piece of music. Let me know how you guys like this one. Like and subscribe. Make sure you start liking and subscribing because it's going to be your source for the news every day from my point of view. You know, so you can form your opinion. You can leave comments. You can do whatever you want. You know, I'm going to be doing reviews of music, reviews of uh, products. I'm going to be doing it all. Real estate. Me and Big Bro getting that going. We'll create a channel for that too one of these times. Stop playing. That's how you get it out. That's what it's about. Niggas game a shout. Alright, so let me leave you with a good piece of music right now. This one is my man Gooch Gretzky, Saratoga Avenue, stand up. It's my boy. This track is with him and featuring BC Yappy. It's called Baby I Know. It's produced by This Is Hip Hop. I think it's fire. I think the song is really good. I'm gonna play another one after that. You guys let me know. These good songs. This is all local right here, me in Rochester. I do not own the rights to this music. Rochester ride around, now be ziplocs on the seat. The highest grade strains, I'm having visions of the beach. Manifest greatness, I know if I think it, I could reach. Help me understand what my vision's supposed to be when I can't focus, cause I'm focusing on the niggas next to me, saying that it's love for me, screaming love and loyalty is royalty, least reliable when it's time for the lawyer fees. Get mixed up, attitude switched up, other people who employing me, and these bitches only play their part when they enjoying me. Man, this be annoying me. Y'all know what's gonna happen when you don't play for Jordan's and you don't enjoy the rings. No champagne for you win the game, just go in the ring. Y'all know Manny Green recording me, and if it ain't Ruby and Sting, I give a fuck about who recorded me. True to the game, like I'm in the sport, and I got your bitch sitting side court. We gon' run it up, time to get the bucks. Fuck the ops, nigga, we gon' live it up. Middle fingers up to the boys in blue. Fuck a chain, nigga, cut my pops a two. Probably get it red, probably get it black. Make sure it's clean, something like that. From a killer city, even kids strap. Stay spare heat, so it's never cap. All the shit I'm living, say it in my rap. If we take a loss, get it right back. Had to take a seat, had to get the racks. Give it to you real straight like that. Big boy moves like a Rick Ross, stay up in the booth, so I said it all. Shout out to the bros, you know how it go. They was there with me before I let it go. Yeah. Girl. Girl. See what I'm saying? It's real right there, boy. Shout out to Gooch Gretzky. Definitely killing it right now, boy. It was a hard one right there, boy. Now I gotta bring it home with my man, my nephew, my boy, Guru Gumbo. Illuminati 2022. Fire right here. You can find this music on YouTube, Guru Gumbo. This one is fire right here. They're gonna say you can't. That's gonna be great. Good luck, you think I'll ray out how quick I shoot and pull up. Hey, if he try to slime me down, then he get pulled up. I done stuck the whole stack with a 3-5 with a run. Good like Kiki, I done pour the whole 4 with my cup. I'm getting sidetracked, Yeah. Again, that's Go Up Gumbo Gumanati 2022. You're going to get your lick back. All right, guys. That's it for today. Today is May 2nd, 2023. This was your news and headlines and reviews with Hindi the Goat. Catch you guys tomorrow.